my name is Rafael, you're watching my Chroma Garage, and today I'm going to show you 5 Yes songs that Geddy Lee said are some of his favorites of all time. But first, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment. Well, the Rush frontman is a huge fan of Yes, and over the years he talked about his heroes many times, and he mentioned a few songs from their career that are some of his favorites. And we selected which are those tracks, and I'm gonna show you right now those 5 songs. The first one that we're gonna talk about is Roundabout, which was released in 1972 on their 4th album, Fragile, and it is probably one of their most famous songs from that first era of the band, more progressive rock era of the group. And Geddy Lee mentioned this track in an interview with Rolling Stone when he listed his favorite bass songs. And this is what he said. Another hit song driven by an outrageously complex and rocking bass line. I could have chosen any one of a dozen Yes songs that shows off the melodic and rhythmic genius that was Chris Squire. It was a pure privilege to play this song with Yes in 2017 at their long overdue induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Well, as Geddy said, he had the chance to play this track with Yes when they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2017, and it was Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson, the two ones who inducted the progressive British rock band into the hall. And since Chris Squire, their fantastic bassist, had previously passed away, they invited Geddy Lee to play the bass that night, and it was an incredible performance. The song originally was written by Jon Anderson and Steve Howe. It is credited to both of them. And it was also released as a single at the time, and it peaked on number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. The second song that he mentioned is Time and a Word, and this song is from Yes' second studio album, which has the same name and was released in 1970. And Geddy Lee mentioned this track in an interview with Guitar World, and it was when he listed some of his favorite songs of all time, and this is what he said. I didn't know who Yes were until a friend loaned me this record. I was totally amazed. I'd never heard a band like this, and I never heard a bass player placed so up front in the mix. Chris Squire had such a driving, aggressive sound, and it made this such a pivotal, influential song to me. Squire's melodies were brilliant, and they were definitely out there, but they were always essential to the skeletal forms of those songs. He never wandered off out of context. His lines help hold the songs together. And this is what he said about Time and the Word. Now, the next one that he mentioned, it was No Opportunity Necessary, No Experience Needed, which is also from the 1970 album Time and a Word. And he listed this track in an interview with Amazon Music when he chose the tracks that inspired his bass playing consciously or subconsciously. And this was one of the songs he chose. And about these tracks, he said, I chose these songs because I'm such a bass-centric dude. That's all I've been thinking about for the last few years. It's the role of bass in popular music. What I tried to do with my book, The Beautiful Book of Bass, was provide an alternate history of popular music through the point of view of the bass player. From the murky bottom end to the twangy top end. John Entwistle, Chris Squire, they were playing the kind of music I wanted to play. So they were a direct influence on the kind of player I wanted to become. But there are others that were subconscious influences. I think we all have those when we listen to various music. So I mean, there's a couple of Beatles songs on here, and people remember the Beatles for their tunefulness and for the great vocals. But also Paul McCartney was quite an influential bass player. If you listen to Come Together, that's a bold bass part in that song. If you listen it to Taxman, that's heavy metal before there was heavy metal. Now the next song is Heart of the Sunrise, which is another song from Fragile, and that Geddy Lee also listed in this Amazon Music list of the bass songs that influenced him consciously or subconsciously. This one certainly was consciously because he's a big Yes fan, as you know. It's the final track of the album Fragile, released in 1971, and it was credited to Jon Anderson, Squire, Bill Bruford, and Rick Wakeman. And at the time, the band was formed by the artist that I mentioned it and Steve Howe, the guitarist. The next one that he mentioned is And You and I. This track was from the fifth Yes studio album called Close to the Edge, released in 1972. And he said this in an interview with Prog about this track. And You and I by Yes is so beautiful, especially when I listen to it now. The combination of nostalgia and pure sonic beauty is pretty moving. And this track is over 10 minutes. It's one of Yes's longest tracks, and it consists of 4 movements. The first and second parts were released as a single at the time, and it peaked on number 42 on the Billboard Hot 100. And these are the songs that he mentioned. And an interesting thing about Geddy Lee's love for Yes is that he said many times that Yes was the only band that he waited in line the whole night to get tickets for their show. He never did this with any other band he saw in his life, but for Yes, he waited in line all night to get tickets to see them when he was a young teenager in Canada. And that's it. I hope you liked the video. If you want to read more, listen to these songs, you go to the description and visit the article I wrote about it. Visit rockandrollgarage.com. Like the video, leave a comment, tell me if you like these songs or not, which are your favorite Yes songs, and let's talk about it. Thank you for watching, and I see you later.